Alrighty guys, originally I don't do Railfanning trips on the weekdays. But today was a special day for the ballast sub. The Ontario Northlander was running a special test train from North Bay to Toronto and back to North Bay again. To those of you who doesn't know the Ontario Northlander is, the Ontario Northlander is a freight and passenger service that runs up north. Their main shop is in North Bay where they usually keep their locomotives and cars. And they even store the old GO Transit cab cars here as well. And this is actually where CM 450 or 451 usually go when they take their freight. On 450 or 451 sometimes, they have some Ontario Northlander cars. Now here's a tip of CM 450 or 451. If you see a lot of small tanker cars with some box cars and it's really short, that's 450 and 451. They also have some epic glass shops as well, but sometimes they can be boring as well, like some GFOs. Back in the mid-2000s, they used to run passenger trains from Coach Run to Toronto, and in order to get to Toronto, it had to take two subdivisions. The Newmarket sub. Oh wait, it goes onto a GO Transit line? No, it doesn't, unfortunately. Besides, I'm not talking about that subdivision. I'm talking about the one where it starts at Richago. Ah, I see. It takes that line all the way down to Richago and then it gets onto the ballast sub. Then it will travel for 90 miles on the ballast just to get to Toronto. But unfortunately, that didn't last for long. In 2012, they announced that they are not going to run any more trains to Toronto. So the buses will replace the trains. Their last run was in 2012, and ever since, there wasn't any Northlander trains on the ballast sub for 9 years. Until today. The Ontario Northlander is actually planning on returning to service again. I think they are planning on returning it next year. So to make sure their locomotives are able to get to Toronto and back, they are running some test trains on the ballast sub today. And I was able to get it at some few locations today. And the first location we saw this test train was at McCowan Road when it's heading southbound, which is on mile 38.38 on the ballast sub. And there was actually an ID for this train, which was the Ontario Northlander's 300. That goes from Coach Run to Toronto. The test train was led by two GP38-2 locomotives, and one F40PH locomotive at the rear, which generates the power to the cars. For the southbound test train, it was led by 1809 with a really epic K3L Horn and 1805 behind that. And at the rear of this train was 220, which is covered in snow. The test train had 3 passenger cars, and there was actually some passengers on board. And one of the passengers was the mayor of Gravenhurst. Hi. I really apologize about the wind. The wind really picked up before the train came, so it's really hard to hear sometimes. So I apologize. Now heading to Gormley GO Station to get the test train heading northbound. With 1805 in the lead, 1809 behind that, and 220 behind these two locomotives. And 3 passenger cars as usual. And my dad shot this train for me, so a huge thank you to my dad for shooting this train for me. It was also coming to a stop here. Now look how fast they take off. Now for some horn action at Zephyr. The conductor and I went to Leitch Road in Zephyr to see this test train. The ID is a Northlander's 301 train that goes from Trotter to Coach Run. And there's no need to talk about the locomotives again because I already talked about it at Gormley. But one thing's for sure, 1805 has a really epic K3L Horn. And for some reason, it was going slower than usual.
0. C. Total axles 2, 4. Speed 2, 6.
Well, that's all for the catches of the Ontario Northlander's test train. I was really happy that I finally saw the Northlander for the first time. Well, until the next Railfanning video, I will see you guys then. See you later, folks. Hey! Please remember to subscribe to my channel and the Conductor's channel. I will leave the links in the description. Well, as usual, I really hope you enjoyed this epic video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. And that will be it as usual.